What's up, guys? If you're like a lot of people, you probably have a big chunk of your net worth in your pre-tax 401k. And while it might be nice sitting on all that pre-tax money, what if you want to retire before 59 and a half and access that money penalty free? Well, one way that you can do it, and it's getting a ton of attention on places like Reddit and retirement-oriented Facebook groups, is a Roth Ladder strategy. Today, we're going to break it all down for you. I promise you, you don't want to miss it. Welcome back, guys. If it's your first time here, my name is John Boyd. I'm a certified financial planner, and I'm the founder and lead wealth advisor at Modern Wealth. If you like today's content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you keep getting content just like this. And of course, if you need help with your own financial plan, reach out to us at www.modernwealth.com. That's modern spelled with no vowels, wealth.com. So let's go ahead and dive into a Roth Ladder strategy. And this is a strategy where you're going to convert a chunk of your pre-tax retirement dollars over to a Roth with the intention of accessing those dollars that you converted before 59 and a half. Now, in order to wrap your head around this concept, there's two key things that you need to know. The first thing is that contributions and conversions, or in other words, basis that you have in your Roth, can be withdrawn before 59 and a half without income tax or penalty. However, the second big thing that you need to be aware of is that there's a 5-year rule with Roth IRAs. And that 5-year rule states that any dollars that you convert over to a Roth must stay in the Roth for at least 5 years before you can touch those dollars without penalty. So let me go ahead and break down how this would work. And I apologize if my drawing sucks here, but I'll go ahead and break this down. So let's go ahead and look at, let me get my pen up really quick. All right. So let's say it's the year 2025. Let's go out all the way to 2030 so you guys can see how this works. We've got 2028, 2029, and 2030. All right. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to convert a little bit over to a Roth every single year. So we're going to do 50K year one, 51K the next year, 52 the following. You guys get the idea. All right. And when we're doing this, we are 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Now, with this Roth Ladder strategy, remember, if we convert 50K over before 59 and a half in 2025, can we take that money out tax-free or penalty-free? The answer is no, right? We would owe penalty on that amount that we converted over if we try and take it out right away. So there's nothing that we can take out year one. And that's going to be the case all the way until we get to the end of year 5. Once we get to the end of year 5, that initial 50K that we converted in 2025, this is in 2030 now we can take that money out penalty free. And if we keep going, right, we go to 2031, right, now we can do theoretically that 51K in 2026 we can take out. So that is the ladder in action. You're taking out, you're waiting for those conversions to cook in the oven, and then you're eventually going to take them out penalty free. Now, on the surface, it seems like a pretty cool strategy, but if I'm going to keep it real with you guys, I personally have never recommended that someone pursue this particular strategy. And that might seem crazy because this strategy is starting to get so popular online. But here's why. Let's assume we converted 50K so that we could tap that basis tax-free in 5 years. We would still have to pay, depending on your tax bracket, let's call it 10K in taxes. And if we have to pay 10K in taxes, it usually defeats the purpose of the whole conversion to withhold it from the conversion itself. So what most people do, and what I generally recommend, is that you pay the tax for the conversion with outside money, like from a taxable brokerage account. So with this being the case, the best candidates for Roth Ladder strategies are usually going to be people who have a good amount of money saved up in a brokerage account. So if that is the case from an income planning perspective, usually what I want to do as a planner is explore how we can live off the brokerage account between, let's say, 45 and 59.5 when we can access all that pre-tax money penalty free. Now, depending on how much assets you have in a brokerage account, we might still do Roth conversions. But if we do conversions, we're going to do it when we're typically retired in a lower tax bracket. And once that money is moved over to a Roth, we're not trying to tap that basis immediately. In fact, most of the time, we want to try to grow that Roth money as much as possible so that we have a massive tax-free piggy bank later on in retirement. Finally, to top this all off, this ladder strategy usually requires some planning in advance since you have that 5-year waiting period. And because the person that's usually thinking about pursuing this is still in their working years at their peak of their earnings, I typically don't want to pursue this strategy because they're going to be paying quite a bit in tax on those conversions. Now, with all this being said, could a Roth ladder strategy work for someone? Of course, but I think you can be a lot more creative with your balance sheet and tax planning if you do elect to retire early before 59.5. So there you have it, guys. If you liked today's video, be sure to like and subscribe. And of course, if you need help with your own financial plan, reach out to us at www.modernwealth.com. That's modern spelled with no vowels, wealth.com. I'll see you next time.